Hello, good people. Welcome to the Save Happy Life channel with me, Dr. Rose M. And today I would like to address myself to the young people, particularly those who have finished Form 4, those who have finished college, and they are looking for jobs. This year in Kenya, we are having two lots of Form 4s, the one that finished in April, March, and the lot that will finish in December. So you can see the number that we have of young people suddenly churned out into the market in the year 2023. Similarly, universities have also been graduating young people, and the challenge of jobs, the challenge of meaningful sources of livelihood is real. No wonder we have very many of our young people being attracted to jobs in the Gulf. Many times we read about the problems that they have encountered in the Gulf. Though not all of them, of course, have encountered these issues, some of which are actually fatal. But it is important to note that there is an urge for young people to go out beyond the borders of our country, Kenya, to go and look for jobs elsewhere, which is very good. Bravo for these courageous young people. And I would want to just give them a few words of caution or a few words of that they would consider before they decide to walk into that aircraft. To start with, going abroad is not a one-day affair. Going abroad, where you go in an organized manner, you take time, maybe 6 months, 1 year, 18 months, sometimes even 2 years or more. Why is this so? Because when you're going to those countries where you're sure that you're going to be taken care of, there is a process. To start with, you must have a passport. When you apply for a passport in Kenya, you do not apply today and get it next week. There is that waiting period. That is why I'm saying that there is a process. After you get the passport, which is the first important document you must have if you're thinking of getting out of the Kenyan borders, then you think about where are you going. If, for example, you're going to UK, there is a requirement that you preferably should be able to prove that you can speak English, communicate in English, and even write in English, and you can hear English because that is the language of communication in that country. Now, this does not happen to UK alone. UK will insist in many these jobs, such as a personal support worker, which we also call care for seniors, care for in children's homes. They will insist that you have that certificate called IELTS, which is International English Language Testing Systems. It is an exam that you prepare for, and you do it with the British Council. It is possible, it is doable. Young people have done it and passed the exam. And this is normally a very strong ticket for a young person looking for greener pastures abroad. This IELTS exam is sometimes required by many other countries. Some universities will also insist that you do the IELTS. Not all of them, of course, and not all the countries. But if you are looking for a quick way of going to these countries, you must also do something about it yourself. The other way that you could prepare yourself and make it easy for you uh, to transit or become an immigrant into a country of your choice is by learning the language of that country. For example, if you're going to Germany, you will stand a high chance if you have done German language. It is offered in Kenya. We have colleges offering German language in Kenya. If you're interested, you just need to search, and you can even learn German online. And when you have a certain basic certificate, I think called B1, then you can start thinking about going to German. Before then, please do not waste your time unless you're going into the career that is premium career, where the country needs you so desperately that they do not think about whether you're able to communicate in German or not. And it's the same with other countries, even France, even Norway, even some parts of Canada. When you learn that language, you speak Norwegian, you speak French, you stand a higher chance of getting engagement and all employment in those countries. And we have very many opportunities for these young people. There is one called au pair. I talked about au pair in one of my older videos, and it is a very nice gateway. Young people are using it. I have seen it work. They're using it to go to Germany, they're using it to go to other countries. It's normally a very, very good entry point for a young person to go and grow in the countries abroad. So, if you want to go to work, please, it is not as easy as being put in a place or in a home for 2 weeks, and then you are taught this language, and then the next thing you're told that the air ticket has been booked for you, that the plane is ready for you, and all you need is to pack your small little bag and you go. Those shortcuts, they normally many times bring trouble to the young people and their families. A lot of stress. Haven't we seen it on telly? Haven't we read about it? Haven't we seen them on YouTube crying to be brought back home? Some of them in very, very miserable condition. They go using an air ticket and they come back using a waybill, meaning they are cargo. They are at the bottom or in the boot of the aircraft. We would not wish this to happen to our young people. So kindly, let us take the longer route of learning the language of that country, and then we also take time to find out, if I go to this country, what is the history like? When I go to this country, will I be able to communicate in the country or in the language of this country? I have heard that some of these girls who go to these countries where they face a lot of challenges is that when they get to the airport, they are given a different contract from the one that they signed when they were leaving their motherland, written in another language. And that is where things go haywire, because according to the employer, you have signed the right contract. So they treat you according to the terms of the contract. But yourself, you signed another contract written in the English language, or written in the language that you understand, but those are not your terms of reference. Those are not your terms of engagement. That is why I am insisting. If you're going for these jobs that require you to interact, intermingle with people, please, have you must have knowledge of the language, knowledge of the native language, so that you're able to, for example, read that contract that is written in a different language, so that you understand what you're getting yourself into. And before you get into it, then you'll be able to say no or yes, depending on your understanding of the contract. So let us, young people, take the longer route. Again, when you have this IELTS exam certificate, which is the International English Language testing system. You will be able also to get into community colleges that are not very expensive in other countries. And once you get into those community colleges, you get assimilated into their education system because you get a certificate that is recognized by that country, which means that once you're done with your college, then it will be very easy for you to present that certificate and you get employed. Haven't we seen doctors, lawyers, teachers who are very highly qualified in Kenya, but when they go to a country like Canada, they go to a country like US, they go to another country, they have to do the exam according to those countries so that the country knows that they are actually qualified. You have the time, you have the advantage of being young. Start young, start using the longer route, and think think beyond beyond going for these jobs that you have seen your colleagues suffer. Don't put yourself into the deep end because you say that it was maybe they were unlucky. How do you know you're not going to be unlucky yourself also? Focus yourself, take time, invest more in the process by going to school, by learning the language, by doing this exam, by preparing yourself adequately and going for a job where you understand the terms of reference, where you understand the system, where you have read and researched about the treatment or lack of it thereof of the kind of work or workers that you're going to be engaged in. And that way we shall still have young people going abroad to do work so that they can earn a livelihood, help themselves, help their parents, help their families. And at the same time, we know that our Kenyan young people are safe, are in safe hands. Please do not be led to slaughter. Do not walk into the mouth of a lion when you can very easily, with just a little more investment, just a little more patience, get into a system that is going to be uh, friendly for you, that is going to enable you to grow, that is going to look at you at the same level as other people, that is going to look at you without the lens of I want to mistreat you, or I can mistreat you, or I have bought you. No, young people, please, there is a way, and opportunities are immeasurable out there. Go the longer route. Thank you very much for listening. Young people, please share this with your friends. And if you have questions, kindly do me an email, the Save Happy Life channel at gmail.com. We can talk more. I can guide you more. I have friends who are helping people to go abroad, but using this longer route. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Bye bye.